Hello, everybody. Good day to you all. The day is about the Thunderbolts, directed by Jack Schreiner. I don't know, Schroyer. You got starring Florence Pugh. You got Louis Pullman, David Harbour, Wyatt Russell, Hannah John Kamen, Olga Kurylenko, Sebastian Stan, Julia Louis Dreyfus, Geraldine Vis when Martha? I'm sorry. In the movie here, we have this new team who don't really have an official name yet, but they had to stop a threat. Here's the thing. You got Valentina. She was doing a lot of messed up, dirty stuff for the CIA and all that stuff like that as well too. She's supposed to be impeached, so she's trying to be Miss Clean House. So she hires a bunch of people. The people must take care of her dirty work, and then also kill each other, and then burn everything, and then everything's good. But it turns out, well, they found out what's going on, and they're teaming together, and then they find this guy named Bob. And they don't know who he is, where he comes from. It seemed nice, but he also seemed a little bit off at the same time as well too. Bob don't know why he's there, and they said, okay, well, let's get Bob out of here, and let's try to get back at Valentina for what she did to us, and then call it a day. Now, but because of that, wackiness happens and things go crazy and blah 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 blah. Now, before I get into the good stuff, let's start with the bad stuff about this movie. And before I even get into that, I was going to say I actually did enjoy this movie. I really did. Is it perfect? No, but I've been watching a lot of things, and I've heard everybody talk about this thing, and it's getting kind of crazy. Okay. It's the best thing ever. It's better than I've seen the light. Marvel is back. No. It's the worst thing ever. You need to stab out your eyeballs if you see this thing. It's like pain to your soul. No. Is this okay? Is this okay? That's it. Everything gotta be A list to be enjoyable and fun. If it's not A list, don't mean it's the worst thing ever. No, it's not a movie that is mid tier. Nothing wrong with that. It's fun. Calm down. Ain't that serious? Could have touched some certain things a little bit more deeper. Yeah. Some relationships in here, they could have been a little bit more developed. Yep. But it ain't the worst. It's not either or. It's just a movie. It's just like this. You can have fun watching it. Interesting characters. Some cool little powers. It was fun. There's some emotional moments in here. So before I get into the good stuff, let's start with the bad part. Okay, a lot of these characters won't really develop really that much. Most of the time, most of the thing is relies on other things. You have to see them other stuff to get it. So you didn't watch them other stuff. You just saw them together right now because well, you won't know who they are. So it was just what? Let's start with the first problem is they killed off the new Taskmaster. Now, I understand why they did it because they did it because of the backlash for Black Widow. No one like the original Taskmaster. They didn't like what they did with the character, and it made a lot of people mad. And so they said, let's fix that. And so we're going to try to make this right. So we're just going to kill her off. She's the only one who actually died in this movie. Now, did it seem fair to the character? No. Did it make any sense, really? Not really. You had to kill her off like that? No. But I understand why they did it. And so it was kind of weak. The thing is, though, if you wanted the movie, you had to bring her here. You could just left her out and just forgot about her and put her on a shelf, and she just sat there the rest of her life. Nobody would have cared. But here's the thing: this is Marvel saying, "Look, guys, we're trying to make things better for you. Look, we killed her off. See that you don't like her, so now she's dead now, right? You happy? Are you happy now? Are you happy? Do you love us? Please love us, please." I like, okay, calm down. That's a little desperate. Okay, for whatever. Sad, but let's move on in here. And also. This still thing touches on depression. A lot of people going through that as well. But like I said, it's not really that deep really with it. And this is the problem with not just Marvel, but a lot of things I've seen. They try to touch on certain matters that are really, very heavy. You got to either go all in or don't do it at all. Because you try to do it halfway and you don't do it fully, it doesn't come off that well. And it doesn't translate that well to a lot of people, especially people who are suffering from stuff like this. And a lot of people want to see themselves in the movie a lot of times, and so they don't feel like it's connected to them at all. They don't seem like it's representing them as well. They get really upset about that. So either you do it or you don't. So being halfway or wishy-washy about it, it doesn't really help. It's the same way when people they make a character that is supposed to be like super smart, and the character keep doing dumb things. Not that the character is stupid, it's that the writers aren't that smart. They're not. And so, because a lot of times you just, why didn't this do this? That was so much smarter. They did that. Why didn't they do this or blah blah blah? And what's because the thing that they got an idea what being a genius is, but since they're not a genius themselves, they're just guessing. And so so it felt like they have an idea what depression is, but they didn't look like they did their research or hiring experts to get their opinions to help with the script to make you really get a fully grasp of what depression is. You really, but it was it was like this. It looked like they had like looked like somebody that looked at some little bit of stuff here, look probably a Wikipedia search, and they said, okay, we got the idea of it, so let's just write it from based off of that. That's pretty much it. So I said, it is what it is. But did it take me my joy of the movie? No, I still had fun watching it as well too. A lot of these characters weren't really developed. Also like this, like you take like John Walker. They try to show he was depressed because his wife left him, took away the child. But at the same time, he didn't change as a character. He wasn't trying to change as a character. He started off as a butt, and he still ended up as a butt. Because the thing is, though, it showed up inside of his mind why he's so sad, and it was because he was so busy looking at negative reviews about himself on the line, he couldn't focus on taking care of his child. But the way they showed it was like very weak because like this, he was in the room with the child. The child was just crying instead of just like consoling him, see what was going on. He just like he took it to his phone and just. It very the entry was felt very weird, and it felt natural. Something about it just felt off, and I just said, oh well, it is what it is. I mean, it wasn't like really deep into it either, so I didn't dwell on it too much because it wasn't really a focus on him that much. But they showed him trying to change or trying to make progress to show get back in touch with his wife. It could have had a bit bigger impact, but it didn't do that either. So I said, whatever. Also, the thing with Yelena as well too, and what she's going through, and it seems like she got over it. Just having a talk with her fake father. Here's the thing: the relationship they have with Yelena and Alexei, the Red Guardian, is very very weird because for a moment he was pretending to be her father for a mission. The only reason why he was doing it because he wanted to go back to being a Red Guardian. And even though it was fake, it kind of became real, but at the same time, he still sold her off. Well, he still, not sold her off. She was going to go off with him anyway, so he just didn't stop it. That was part of the mission. And so she was experimented on. She got her uterus taken out, and she was turned into a living weapon. But at the same time, she still sees him as her dad, which is very weird because he even once betrayed her. So this relationship is always very weird to me. It's like this. And the thing is, though, it's not. I don't blame the actors because the acting performances from them is great. Like I actually do enjoy the relationship between Yelena and Alexei as well too. The whole father daughter thing. It's actually fun to watch on screen. But at the same time, knowing their backstory like this, would that make sense? I don't think so. But oh well. Also, you have Bucky in here, who's a senator, which I have no idea how that happened. They threw that line in there in Captain Brave New World, which I thought was dumb there too. And they're keeping that thing going on here, and it makes no freaking sense. I still don't get this straight. This guy worked for the Russians as a spy, as an assassin. He killed a lot of people. He's a murderer, and he's also a Russian asset, which makes him the enemy. Now he's free from the brainwashing now, but he also broke the law and made him like enemy number one. So how in the world would he become senator? I mean, a senator or a congressman or whatever he is. How did that happen? That makes no sense at all. Okay, I guess. Sure, it makes no sense. What are his qualifications? How would he know what to do? He been under ice for a long time. He had no connection to the world. Like how did he go from like that to? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can see him working alongside Sam being some kind of a counselor with people who are veterans. I can see him do something like that. People who have suffered PTSD and stuff like that, that do help him throughout that because everything been what's going on in his mind. He can help out a lot of soldiers, but a senator, like what? Okay, sure. They also mentioned Captain America Sam in here. How he didn't like the fact that they're called the Avengers, but and he's like mad at, but they're friends. Why would they have this talk to it? I mean, I don't know. It makes no sense in there as well. And also, now this is like a positive and a negative. Like, okay, you got the Sentry. Sentry's a very complicated character, and even in the comics, they don't know what to do with him because they made a character who's very OP, and even in the comic books, they don't know what to do. Either they show him being very extremely powerful, or he's getting killed off, which is supposed to be impossible because he's immortal and he can't die. But then he comes back, and then he does something crazy, and then they kill him off again, or he decides to kill himself, or he just wants to die. And so or he doesn't do anything at all because he's scared to use his power because of the void. So and so I kept wondering how they're going to do him here. And what they did with him here was fine. I mean, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't like they nerfed him a lot. I knew that's going to happen, so I wasn't shocked by that. But at the same time, it wasn't like it was okay. I mean, I enjoyed look at the costume and what they did with him as well too. It was fine. A lot of other characters in here didn't really get much of a play. Like the guy Ghost, she didn't do much in here. She was like, even Bucky, he didn't do much in here. He had a cool moment seeing them earlier on, but again, he didn't do much either. The only time the emotional thing they had in here was between Elena and Robert. I thought the connection with them was pretty nice, but other than that, not much. So let's move on to the positive. The positive is, even though the show that movie didn't not that deep, I still enjoyed the characters in here as well too. The action fight scenes in here I thought were done quite well. The demonstration of their powers and abilities, seeing the action was cute. It had some nice touch moments in here and there, even though the backstory between the characters is a little weird, a little wonky. But what they showed here, I thought the chemistry between them was nice, even though it wasn't set up that well. Like the scene between Elena and Robert, I really enjoyed those scenes. Even the scene about her and Lexi, her father, sort of, was actually nice and sweet as well too. Very emotional. That's why I did enjoy that. So, and special effects in here was done quite well. I didn't really like the color gradient of it, but I get to the same time, I get that what they were going for. Everything like kind of depressed, so everything like this little bit of grayish area to it. So I guess that was done to demonstrate that. I guess, sure. But overall, I thought it was a fun movie. I had fun watching it. It's like I said, it's not perfect, and it's not the worst thing. It's not the best thing. It's just right in the middle. So I have to give the movie a grade. I'm giving it a solid C plus. I'm giving it a C plus. Don't take my word for it. Go check it out for yourself. Hopefully you watch it, you enjoy, have fun watching it too. If not, it's what it is. It's just a movie. We got to this point now where everything's extremes now. Every movie has been, heck, that Mario movie has been great. There's a lot of movies, even in the first stage, a lot of people didn't like. But now, I guess people looking back now, they were the best thing ever. No, they weren't. Because a lot of people didn't like Captain America, Brave New, but Captain America. People like Captain America, Winter Soldier. People like Iron Man, the first one, but like the second one, like and the third one, nobody liked that one at all. People like Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, but the second one, a lot of people didn't like. But a lot of people like the third one, but a lot of people watched that one. Thor. People didn't like the first one, the second one. I think people didn't like Thor until they got the Thor Ragnarok, and then it fell off with the last movie. So, yeah, it's what it is. This is the movie that's fine. So, like I said, don't take my word for it. Go check it out for yourself. So give my channel a like, hit the thumbs up, shaboop, and subscribe to my channel and share. I really would appreciate it. Also, links down below. Connect my social media. You want to follow me there. Also, to my store about things for shirts and socks. And those about not see some stuff, about stuff. I really would appreciate it. Like I always say, in my dreams of a life, I am the Ninja Rabbit. Peace out, people.